Jada King Hefner and the beautiful Cali Sun, and we're back again for another show. And today we're doing a live movie review on Moonfall, and we'll get to that right about now. What up, what up, what up, guys? It's your boy, Jada King Hefner and the beautiful Cali Sun in the house, man. And I'm doing something a little bit different today, a live movie review. Normally I do a video. I break down the movie all the way and give my opinions on pretty much every aspect of the movie. But today, I just kept on thinking like, man, do I want to do the video or do I want to go live? And my spirit just kept on saying, nah, you got a little bit more to talk about, so go live. Hold on. As far as the movie is concerned, because it's just a lot of depth to it. So I'm not going to ruin the movie for people who want to see the movie. I'm just going to give my overlying thoughts about some of the things that happen. So it may be a spoiler here or there, but for the most part, I'm really going to give my review in a way that you can still go look at the movie and a lot of it will be brand new to you. You know, you may get to a certain part where you be like, okay, he was talking about this. But I'm not going to go line by line, telling you everything that happened, because I like to do that with older movies. Because if they've been out for years, you know, the spoiler alert thing is pretty much null and void. And I like to give my aspect on all the finer things that's going on in the movie. But before I get too far and get past myself, I want to say good morning to everybody that's tuned in live right now. I'm finna check my comments in a second. I want to give a special shout out to the Dog King Army, which right now is Carol Rush, Sheila Bell, Kevin Gray, D.A.S. Dawes, Tom Tuttle, Heavy Metal Maltese, and Blue CCG. Those are the members right there. I want to give a special shout out to all of you guys. Appreciate your monthly support. And as far as everybody that's normally with me, I appreciate you guys as well. Donations and just watching and viewing the things of that nature. So let me say good morning to the people that's here. And I see Ren X. He checked in earlier. Oh, hold on, guys. Hold on, guys. Got a little, once again, that security alarm, they fixed it, but it still ain't fixed. Hold on. Yeah, still sort of faulty. I got to get them back out here to look at that. But Ren X, yeah, he says, I didn't see the movie, but here to support the Dog King. Appreciate you, Ren X, and I'm gonna try not to, like I say, spoil things too much for people who haven't seen the movie. Johnny K says, same here. Didn't see it, but I'll check it out after your review. That sounds good, Johnny K. And good morning to you too. He said, good morning. Kevin Gray, team member in the house. What up, team member? He said, movie had a crazy concept that I liked. Can't wait for the review. Good morning to the Dog King, Callie, and the rest of the girls. Cheers to all the Dog King viewers today. And once again, I believe that my team emojis don't work because this is a software. If I just did it straight off YouTube, it'll probably work. Mr. Powerbrain says, what's up, Jay? Happy Monday. Did you get my email? No. I didn't see your email, Powerbrain, but then again, I haven't looked into my email today, so I'll check it out and see what you were talking about. Edmund Dante says, hey, what up, Edmund Dante? Now, listen, guys, this ain't the normal live stream. I don't know what you're talking about, Power Brown. You said, what did you see downtown Abbey? I don't know what you're talking about. But this ain't your normal live stream, so I won't be talking about any of the comments on my videos like I do on Wednesdays on the Dog King Power Hour. So I'm pretty much going to do this movie review, talk about the movie, see if you guys have any comments or anything about that. And after that, I'll probably be getting out of here and letting you guys enjoy the rest of your day. But before we get started, I do want to share a little something with you. Once again, first of all, God bless everybody that's watching. I pray that everybody that's looking at this stream or looks at it in the future is blessed with abundance, favor, and positive things happening in your life. So, hey, let me get this banner up, guys. Hold on. Banner up. Get this banner up. Moonfall movie review, baby. And I'm going to take this comment down. And I'm going to show you guys something that happened this morning, man. I'm going to show y'all something that happened this morning. Check it out. Y'all gonna trip out for this. Wow. I know y'all can't see what's going on, but it's like police cars everywhere outside of my house. Early this morning, just woke up, man. I don't know what the hell going on. All I know is I heard like an alarm, and this is the most damn police I done seen pull up to any damn area in a long time. It's like 20 damn cars out here, man. Well, I'll find out what happened soon enough. As you can see, I'm finna jump on my bike, man. Look, got my odometer fixed. Everything looking good, baby. Did 20 miles on this joker since I got the odometer fixed. I see the police still out in full effect, man. It was 20 cars last night, but it must have been something pretty bad for them to still be there. So, with all that said, man, I'm finna head to the store. Yeah, man, I wanted to show y'all that, right? Cause I woke, I had heard an alarm or something, but it was a strange type of alarm. It was, I don't know, it was a crazy alarm. Maybe it was a house alarm. I don't know, but it was one that I had never heard. So I was like, what the hell is that? I'm going to be honest. I almost got up looking for a damn UFO. I'm like, hey, what sound is that? Next thing you know, I'm talking about within seconds, I started hearing police cars. And I was like, that's the quickest I've ever seen the police react. They normally don't ever react. I don't care if it's shooting, somebody laid out bleeding in the street or whatever. But they showed up immediately. And that's when I looked out the window like, whoa, I damn near got to film this. And so that's the video that y'all saw. And so once I got my, got everything situated, I realized I needed to go to the store this morning. So I said, dang, I got to go to the store before I get into the tub or whatever. Because I didn't want to get sweaty after getting out of the tub. So I looked and saw there was only a few police out. I said, damn, there's only a few police out here. But they were still out, which was still unusual. So just to tell y'all the rest of the story, when I got to the store, I bought me a little candy and a little drink and stuff. And I was getting ready to leave, and the guy was coming right in. He was like, man, I forgot his name, but such and such killed himself last night. I'm like, what? He said, yep. He said, I didn't know him, and I didn't know the guy who was talking. He was talking to the guy behind the counter, honestly. He was like, yeah, such and such killed himself. I said, dang. And he was saying something about the guy was pretty much a ladies' man or something. I don't know what happened. And that's why I'm always trying to speak blessings over y'all, man. You never know what's going on in people's lives, what's going on in their mind. Sometimes they just need to hear somebody tell them, hey, man, it's going to be all right. But I really brought that up to say, hey, we are all lucky and blessed to be here this morning. You know what I'm saying? Some people ain't here, man. So all that commotion last night, I'm like, dang, somebody done, took themselves out the game. I was even thinking about it on the way back home. I'm like, I'm riding my bike, feeling the wind, on my face, and I'm alive this morning. So, hey, look, we all lucky to be alive. And that's why I shared it with y'all. Hey, we actually are blessed to be here, able to convene with each other right now. So, let me get to this Moonfall topic. Oh, but right before I get to the Moonfall topic, I will say this. I think it was Gremlington. Yeah, he saw my last live stream where I was talking about vacation space and Venti. And Venti is Brittany Venti. She makes me laugh. I can't lie. I never thought that she'll be my little news interest because the girl is very interesting. But Gremlington was saying, man, you got to have a weekly Venti report. And if you've been looking at the show, you've been noticing that I pretty much have been giving a weekly Venti report. And I basically told him for the foreseeable future, I'm going to always have a little something to say about Venti. Because I actually was looking at a few of her videos over the last couple of days and just tripping off some stuff. I said, this damn Venti. I give her credit, though. I'm going to talk about her, like you say, Wednesday or whatever, but I give her credit. She is a soldier as far as, man, she been at this game a lot longer than I thought. A lot longer. I didn't know that she was really in this game like she is. But with all that said, man, this is what happened. I was getting sort of bored one of these days because this is truth be told, outside of, being with the girls and doing our videos for you guys, sometimes I find it sort of hard to carve out some time to like really look at something I want to look at, because sometimes when I get the downtime, I just get that feeling like I don't even hardly want to see anything because I'm done with all my major animes right now. I've checked out some of the animes that have been suggested to me, but they aren't really catching me, the ones that I've seen. So I ended up clicking on some movies, going through some movies, and I came across Moonfall. It was one of the many movies I was going to look at. I passed it, looked at a few others, and I said, you know what? It's just something about that movie. Let me just go check it out. Just start it up to see how it's going to go. And so I turned the movie on, and I noticed that I was like 20 or 30 minutes in the movie before I realized it. And that's when I know, okay, this is a watchable movie now, because I'm not looking at what time it is. I just sort of got caught up a little bit. Now, I just want to let you guys know this one thing. This isn't like those older movies I review where the acting is just killing it. Woo-wee. No, it's not one of these movies where the acting was just so great that it was overwhelming. No, it's not one of those movies. Halle Berry is in the movie, just to let you know. But once again, it's not like she's killing it in the acting department. I just say this. Everybody who was in the movie did okay. They do have a guy that I really like that played in Game of Thrones. He played Sam in the Game of Thrones. If you've seen the Game of Thrones, sort of heavy-set guy. And he was sort of like a de facto scientist, doctor/scientist in the movie. He had a pretty good role. But just to let you guys know what Moonfall is about. This is what it's about. Some scientists basically went out into space, They went out into space. I think they were trying to work on a satellite or do something. And a disturbance, because see, I don't want to give too many things away, but a disturbance did happen. Where they basically, they didn't really know what happened, but it looked like they got attacked by something. And one of the crew members ended up being lost, but the other two that were left ended up making it back to Earth. But before they left and went back to Earth, they noticed something strange happening on. Well, one of the guys noticed something strange happening on the moon before he left. So time passes, everything seems normal. The guy that actually saved them, he gets disavowed from NASA because they basically blame him for everything that happened up there. So years pass along. He's sort of like this. He's sort of like this old drunk guy who has given up on life. And Halle Berry, she kept her position because she basically got knocked out during the little commotion. So she kept her position in NASA. She was still an astronaut. And Sam, the guy from Game of Thrones, he was just some kooky type of scientist guy. It's always that guy in the movie. And he was keeping up with strange things like readings from space and things of that nature, keeping up with the mathematics of the moon and how it's aligned with the earth. Just like in these movies where you have this one guy that's always studying the stars, where he was always pretty much studying the moon, because he was something called a mega structuralist. Something I had read about a long time ago. And see, that's what sort of got me watching the movie. Because I've told you guys before, there's a lot of conspiracy theories that I read about a long time ago, and a lot of them have actually come true to a certain degree. A lot of them have actually come true. So sometimes when I see these things pop up in movies, I always wonder why now. But a mega structuralist, just to give you the just quick definition, it's basically a conspiracy theory saying that the moon is hollow, that it was built by aliens, basically, as a satellite to basically monitor the Earth to a certain degree, or have it sitting in a certain orbit to allow life to be here. Things that's people's alien concept behind mega structures, things of that nature. And keep in mind, I've already heard so many crazy stories about the moon way before the movies. I'm talking about in books. I had read in books long ago about the dark side of the moon and about how the moon, when we went to go to the moon, that we found out it was alien life up there. I've read books saying how it's a city that we've already, built a city on the moon. And I'm telling you all this for a reason. So that's why I think I started getting caught up into the movie, because when I saw this guy was a mega structuralist, I'm like, dang, okay. Something's going on a little bit more than I thought. Because when I turned the movie on, I just thought that the moon was going to somehow fall to the earth with no deeper meaning. So next thing you know, of course, he found out that the moon was getting closer to the earth. He found out before NASA did. But shortly after he found out, NASA found out. And he got to scrambling trying to, tell everybody who would listen, and nobody would listen. And he ended up finding this guy that was the astronaut. And he basically was trying to get him to help him, like, hey, man, the moon is falling. Man, nobody was believing that. But behind the scenes, NASA knew it was happening. So I'm going to try to speed this part up a little bit, because I don't want to tell you too much. So just know this: the moon is basically descending towards the earth at this point. Sam is trying to convince the astronaut to listen, and NASA is basically, they have to tell the public something, but they're basically telling us a lot of lies to try to keep everybody calm for a second. But man, it gets to a point where it's just damn near undeniable, because the moon starts making the earth do all type of crazy stuff. Tides are rising, cities are getting evacuated. I mean, it's crazy now. It reminds you of these other doomsday movies. So it was following the right formula. And doing all of this, I'm going to be honest with you, it's going to be some things in the movie, just like with all of these movies with these special effects. I'm telling you, bro, or fellas or girls, whoever out there listening, it's going to be times during this movie, like every other movie, where you're going to be like, that shouldn't happen and that shouldn't happen. It's always some stuff that's out of whack when they start adding in CGI. So I'm letting you know that now. But it doesn't really ruin the movie. The things that are happening that I'm like, no, that's unbelievable. Or why would he do that? That's stupid. So you're going to run across those moments. And so the world is getting out of whack because the moon is getting closer and closer to the earth. So to make a long story short, of course, Sam finally convinced the guy that it was happening because it was actually happening. And NASA had their panties in a bunch because they were trying, I think, launch a team to go stop it or do whatever they were trying to do, and it failed. And they finally got in touch. They found the astronaut that they fired, of course, because they put Halle Berry over everything because stuff started getting so out of whack. To the NASA director, he ended up quitting on the spot. He said, look here, man, I don't give a damn about this no more. I'm finna go hide into the shelter. He was like, hey, the moon finna hit the earth. I don't want no more positives. You can take over. So he let Halle Berry basically take over NASA. So one of the things she did was go find her old friend because there wasn't any other astronauts around to try to a rescue mission. Now, let me just stop right here. This is just one of those points where me as a human, I was just sort of getting a little frustrated in the movie because it's always just their human arrogance. Listen to what I'm telling you guys. The moon is crashing into the earth. And we're saying, hey, let's go fly to the moon and try to stop it. It's just that human arrogance. Hey, man, you can't stop every damn thing. You know, we can't stop every damn thing. You know, you trying to stop the damn moon from entering our atmosphere. So just from that standpoint, I'm just like, that part just seems stupid to me from the standpoint of, man, I promise you, in these movies and just in general, we just think we can just stop the whole damn universe because that whole concept just sounds crazy. I'm finna try to go up to the moon to stop it. Ridiculous. But either way, they ended up getting together, you know, Halle and the astronaut, because a lot of things had happened they actually had some other astronauts, but a lot of things had started happening at the base. And when the NASA director left, all the regular astronauts left. So that's what caused her to call that guy. That's what I sort of forgot. That's what caused her to call that guy, because the other astronauts, they got evacuated because, it was a crack in the spaceship. So when the guy came, like I said, I was sort of like, man, here we go, trying to save the Earth. I mean, trying to go stop the damn moon from crashing into Earth. You know, us as humans thinking we can pull this off. It was the astronaut, Halle Berry, and Sam. They took Sam because Sam, his whole thing was he believed that the moon was not the moon. He believed that it was one of these mega structures that I told you guys about, that it was actually hollow on the inside. He said, no. He said, I believe this is a mega structure. He said, because for one thing, the Earth would be reacting a little bit different, you know, gravitationally, if this was a solid mass. He said, but the way that the Earth is acting, it's acting so erratic because that's not a natural creation. He was talking about the moon. That's not a natural creation. So they said, okay, just in case this is a mega structure, you need to come up here with us. Because what I'm sort of leaving out once again, the reason they thought that they could try to stop the moon is because NASA had withheld some top secret information. They found out that they did get attacked all those years ago when they let that astronaut, when they fired him basically. And it was by an alien presence. What seemed to be an alien technology that attacked him. And they kept it quiet all those years. And so they sent a team up there to try to, I don't know whether they were trying to blow up the moon or something like that. And they got attacked and killed. That's what happened. And when the astronaut went to go try to stop the moon, they knew that they were going to try to stop that alien being or whatever it was. And they thought that that would save the moon. But once again, it just sort of had me upset at thinking like, man, we can't stop everything. But make a long story short, they head up to the moon. And I'm not going to tell you all what happens with them launching and getting to the moon. I'll let you see that on your own. But they get on a trajectory to the moon. And I just say this. They come in contact with that alien species, so to speak. And for a time, they avoid it. I just say that. And man, this damn thing had dug a hole into the moon. It had dug a hole into the moon. And my guy, the mega structuralist, Sam, he said, man, this is just a shell. On the inside, you're going to see basically an empty inside that's going to be powered by a power source. And I'm not going to tell you what the power source is, but it's powered by a power source. And he was basically explaining that it's built by aliens and things of that nature. And see, this is where the movie was a lot better for somebody like me, is because I had read about all of this stuff. So just sort of trying to see how they were going to bring it to life had me like, man, I was really intrigued from this standpoint, even with the bad acting, some of the bad acting, even with some of the unbelievable CGI things that you're going to see, something, and not all of it's bad. It's just certain situations where you're like, nah, that's fake. Nah, come on. Nah, come on. It's going to be a few of those moments. But let me tell you, this is where the movie, for me, had a lot of value, is because if you're somebody who's never read any books or anything about these so-called mega structures or anything, or if you know nothing about a conspiracy theory, you would just think somebody was just making this up off the top of their head. But for somebody who had read about this stuff years ago, and then to see somebody sort of sneak it into the light all of a sudden, it always makes me wonder. Not that the moon is really a mega structure, but it always makes me wonder, why now? They always have reasons for these things. And so when they start venturing inside the moon, I just say this. From what I had read compared to what I saw, I was very impressed. I was very impressed with what they depicted in the movie. I was actually in awe for a second, like, dang, man. It was, just the way they was able to depict the enormity of it all. It really, like you say, erased some of the bad things that I saw earlier in the movie and stuff, as far as little acting and certain CGI moments. But that part really sort of moved me, like, man, it made me start thinking just bigger and deeper, just about a lot of stuff. Not that I believe the megastructures, but it just makes your mind just think about a lot of things, just about how much we don't know. Oh, and that's something I'm glad I brought up. It was so funny. Just like I've tried to tell y'all, during the movie, I will say this that Halle Berry said. During the movie, NASA was talking about, man, we thought we knew about the universe. We thought we knew about space. We thought we knew what was out here. And Halle Berry said, man, this just lets you know we don't know a damn thing about the universe. And when I heard that, that's one of the things that did make me actually like the movie, because I said I've been trying to tell my viewers that exact same thing. I don't care how many equations, theories, or hypotheses they come up with. I don't care how many Hubble telescopes or whatever you come up with. It's good to know the little limited knowledge as humans that we know. We don't know shit. Excuse my, we don't know jack. We don't know nothing. I just say that. We know little to nothing. So with all that said, they made their way into the moon, and man, without giving everything that happened away, I'll say this: they did come in contact with that alien entity and things of that nature that was after them, but they also came in contact with another consciousness, and the main guy character, who was the astronaut, they sort of revealed a lot of things to him when he was in the moon, because when they got into the moon, they were able to get into a compartment. You know, like I said, I'm gonna try to keep it vague. They're gonna get into a compartment at one point, and they communicated a lot of things to this guy about where that mega structure came from. Now, me personally, I still think it comes from a place of arrogance, and you'll see, if you see the movie, you'll understand what I'm talking about, because that is basically another lineage of humanities to a certain degree. I just say I'll be vague about it and just leave it at that. But they sort of showed him why those mega structures got there, and whether I agree with their concept of it. Let me tell you something. That part was deep. That part was deep. I give them thumbs up. I love anything that makes me think. I was like, man, damn, this shit is crazy. You know, I was loving that part of it. Now, during the time they're in the moon, they're going to be flashing back to events on Earth. And let me tell you, if you thought a few of the CGI events that were happening at the beginning of the movie was a little far-fetched, as you get on deeper in the movie and they start going back and forth between the Earth and the moon, oh, it's ridiculous amounts of CGI stuff happening. And this is one of the things that I was like, no. At some point, the moon is not on a natural trajectory descending toward the Earth. It's going very fast. It's getting closer and closer to the Earth by the second, honestly. You know, it gets to a point where they have hours before it actually crashes into the Earth. And so you're going to see all type of crazy stuff happening. But one of the crazy things that's going to happen is, man, it's like the moon is rotating around the Earth in a matter of hours. That's how close it is to the Earth. And I have to sort of tell you this just to get to this part. This is the part that sort of frustrated me. It's at a certain point, it breaks Earth's atmosphere at a certain point. Man, I just say this. You're not finna convince me that the moon is going to get that damn close to the Earth and we still finna just be around. Nah, man. It's going to be catastrophe on a unbelievable level. Now, they didn't have it where it broke all of Earth's atmosphere, but this is my thing. I can't see the moon breaking our atmosphere anywhere without doing some type of irreparable damage. Damn near a planet extinction, if not extinction, because that's directly interfering with our atmosphere. I'm like, man, and so when you see what's happening as the moon is so close to the Earth, I'm like, no. People, in my opinion, just me, people should have been dead in that movie everywhere. At one point, they show just a small clip of birds falling out the air because oxygen is depleted in the atmosphere, right? You know, it gets to a point where people for a little while have to have oxygen masks on. And that's why I wanted to show you guys this from my Instagram. And I showed you a little bit of it the other day. I'm going to share with you this right quick. It has something to do with the movie. Because they had, like you say, them birds falling out the sky because of oxygen loss, you know. And keep in mind, I've saved a lot of the movie for y'all to see. I promise you. I haven't overtold it to you yet. Check this out, though. This one of the things. Now, I showed you guys this on one of my other streams. Here you go, right here. And so, let me make sure I got y'all on the right screen here. Okay, yeah, I got to put myself. I like that one. Let's see what, yeah, because that was going to put me in it. That was going to make it too small. I'm going to leave it right there. I like that one. That's cool. But this one is saying if oxygen, period, right? For just 5 seconds now, 5 seconds, buildings and houses would turn into dust. Most vehicles would immediately stop working. Airplanes in the air would eventually start crashing down. 5 seconds. Now, airplanes wasn't in the air at this time, but I'm just saying 5 seconds now. Oceans and other water bodies would evaporate. Not a big tide, but they said in 5 seconds it would evaporate. Alike, the oceans, our bodies would also evaporate into space. They saying in 5 seconds if oxygen was to disappear. The ground beneath us would not exist anymore. The world would literally come to an end. Now, I only brought that up because of this. I'm not saying that all the oxygen in the world should have been gone, but it was certain parts of the earth where, like you say, oxygen was gone for more than 5 seconds. And according to this, which once again, that's still human science that I'm showing you guys, but let's just say that this particular science is right. Well, you know what? It should have been some ground evaporating. It should have been humans evaporating. It should have been water evaporating. Hell, it should have been a certain portion of the earth exploding. Maybe not the whole earth. So that's why I was like, I said, nah, man. With how close the moon is to the earth, that's the only thing I said. It should have been a few more things going on. Now, keep in mind, I'm hard on movies. I've always been hard on movies. I'm going to be honest with you. So, yeah, you can nitpick and just tear a lot of movies completely apart. But that's just how I was looking at it. Like, wait a minute now. Wait a minute. I just don't believe that the moon could get that close to the earth for that long and we still come out of it. So make a long story short, you already know that this movie ain't finna end with what you just saw. I just put it to you like that. So they up there trying to save the earth and do whatever they trying to do. And I will say this, something happens to where things are with the moon are pretty much corrected to a certain degree. You know, I won't tell you what happens, but I will say this. I'll say this. Somebody in the movie is going to pass away. I just say that. But when they do, I would have to give that movie credit once again. They put a spin on it to where it made me think so hard. Because it was just a neat concept of how they had whoever that was pass away. I was like, dang. You know, just the spin they put on it, it was just, it really made me take a step back. And I say this, just from a concept, that movie had a lot going for it. It had a lot going for it. So just sort of to wrap the movie up, because I've sort of told you a little bit, and I sort of told you it will be some spoilers in here to a certain degree, a few spoilers, but I'm trying not to give too much detail. But I say this, towards the end, the day is sort of saved to a certain degree. You can say, okay, the day is saved. But from my standpoint, things should have been a lot worse than they were. I tell you this is another reason why the movie ties into just how you guys, my viewers, and everything else. Because by the end of that movie, do you know who was really left on Earth? I just say this. Most of the elite, most of the well-to-do, most of your scientists, and so I guess what I'm trying to say is, I'm gonna share something else with you guys. At the end of the movie, it was a perfect setting for a cataclysm, for a change. Just like I told you, I said whether it's natural or whether it's a conspiracy, if something happens where it wipes out just a considerable amount of the population, but leave enough of the brains behind, you know, enough of the power behind, and then just a little bit of the brawn, you know, enough of the brawn to where you can get some things done, you can justify bringing about a whole new world. And the whole new world, I'm just going to share with you guys this. Once again, if you've been looking at my streams, it's something you've sort of seen before too. It's just via my Instagram again. I shared it last time, I believe. But it's just something worth sharing again because it ties into what I was talking about. Oh, here it is. When I was just saying, man, with a cataclysm happening in that movie that we just saw, it'll set us up for something like this. Now, this is Earth. This is a concept of Earth where they built something around Earth to basically give you more living space and things of that nature. You can see it's forest or whatever that is, look like it on top of this structure. But check this out. A cataclysm for change, man. You know, you get rid of so many people, but keep a lot of the brains behind. You can just change the way the whole world works overnight. And this is something like you say that'd be like out in space, like it's like a colony outside of Earth, you know, wrapping around the Earth. You know, and like I say, this stuff looks so far out to us, but like I say, I was telling people, it's crazy. They've been showing us stuff like this for years, flying cars. And the funniest part is, if civilization keeps going, it'll get to that. But we're going to be so far removed, we're going to always think that it was impossible. No, it ain't impossible. It's just that they overpromise and under-deliver. They tell you that you're going to see a flying car in 30 years, and when you don't see it, you think it's never going to happen. No, it's going to happen. We're going to be long gone. So either way, when I saw that movie, that's another thing I was thinking about was, man, that's the type of cataclysm that I'm talking about. You know, something like that. It don't even have to be on that scale, like Moonfall. You know, it could be another out of control sickness that gets released upon the world or something. You never know what it could be. But I say this, getting back to the movie, everything ended up being not really what I call a happy ending, but it wasn't as bad as it could have been to a certain degree. And they moved on, I guess, to whatever new Earth that was going to be awaiting them. And what I mean by new Earth is only because it was just so much damage done by the moon. It was going to have to be some changes. I'm already knowing because once you see the movie and you see how those waves and how the shorelines and stuff were raising up, it was a lot about the Earth that probably was going to be different after that. Just like I'm saying about a cataclysm for change. And it also took me to a whole nother concept, like I've told you guys, and I'm gonna probably do a show about it in the near future, about how it's pyramids underwater. And I talk about how, man, we don't even know the real true timeline of Earth. We just know what they tell us because it's stuff underwater that has never been above water since the current human civilization has been alive, meaning that it was above water at another time in this Earth's history, meaning that it's another whole history we don't know a damn thing about. So at the end of that movie, that's what it sort of looked like. I just say just from one scene, they had New York like it was covered in ice or some stuff. So if that was the case, that'd be something that'd be different about the whole planet going forward. If New York ended up being like damn Alaska or some damn where because of that moon disturbance. So I just say this. The movie to me, especially when they sort of tied some of the death up, it tied this concept of death up. It really hit on a nice little note. But because of some of the CGI that's just highly questionable, some of the stuff that they do with the younger character that's in the movie, I'm just like, nah, come on now, this is a little too unbelievable. Some of those things took the score down. It wasn't killer acting or anything like that. But I would say this. I would give it a hard score of 7 out of 10. A hard score of 7, meaning that I wouldn't go under 7. It's got some strong entertainment value. It'll have you watching the movie. I don't think it'll go below 7. But I do think it can get up to as high as 7.5. Which is fairly good. It's a decent watch. It's something you can watch and enjoy. It can't get to 8 because 8 is really, now you're starting to get good, and acting is good, and see, I can't put it at 8 only because of some of the stuff that was happening with the CGI. The acting in general ain't the best in the universe. It was just a couple of things that I had questions with. But for me, just that whole idea of a mega structure and all of that stuff, and it was just so intriguing because of some of the things I've read. I just tell you this. I read about them eventually putting these chips in pets and all this stuff before they did it, long before they even thought about doing it. And I know when I read it, I was like, man, it's crazy. Are they really going to do this? Yep, they started doing it. Now, they putting them in humans in some cases. I've read about it in foreign countries, in South America, how people have allowed them to get a microchip put in them so they can get into their baseball games get into their soccer games quicker. I've read about a couple of businesses in the United States where in San Diego where workers volunteered to get the chip put in them so they can get free refreshments out of free refreshments out of vending machines. I'm like, that is the craziest thing I've ever heard of. And it's actually a place in Europe that did it. And I read about these things a couple of years ago. So it is crazy that people have even allowed those type of things to happen. But it's something I forgot. Speaking of cataclysms for change, I say this. I'm going to leave this Easter egg out here for you guys. Y'all know how I say the one thing that I'm worried about with AI does is them being literal terminators. They, whether they knowingly turn on us or not knowingly turn on us. Well, once again, this movie just played a lot into that concept as well, you know. So I promise you, man, I think that you'll enjoy it. I think it's worth looking at, and it really ties into a lot of the things that we've been talking about AI, about the cataclysm for change, uh, and also, man, it's actually crazy because it ties into just me talking about space and things of that nature recently, saying how much we really don't know. And I say this, uh, I'm not saying I completely buy into the whole megastructure thing, but I buy into one thing. It's some crazy stuff happening in the universe that we have no idea about. And this is the last thing I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna get to the comments. Man, so I don't know if you guys are aware, it's another movie a while back that came out. Man, my brother, we were just talking about it. I forgot the name of it, but Brad Pitt was in it. It wasn't a great movie. Now, that wasn't a great movie to me. I didn't like it. But he ended up going to Mars and beyond in that movie. He did some space travel in that movie. But I'm going to tell you, in that movie, when he went to the moon, it was a city already on the moon. Already, and the city had its own, like we have a president, it had its own president. You know, it had its own acting government. You know, it had like all the nations up there, you know, representatives from all the nations up there. It was just like outer space United States. And I've read about these constructs underground, you know, basically in preparation for if devastation happened to the earth, they already have a succession plan as far as you know, an acting president in place. Well, I had read a conspiracy theory that we already had a moon base with a president and all this. Well, it was so funny. When Brad Pitt went to the moon, that's exactly what it was up there. It was a moon base with its own president and all of that stuff, just like I had read. And man, I just be tripping off of this stuff because don't you know, like 2 days after I saw that movie, I saw on Instagram where they were talking about, I might even actually have it. I might have it to show you, but they were talking about how now they were getting ready to make a moon base up there, and they're going to make the moon base so they can prepare to build one on Mars. And man, me and my brother have been talking about this for years. I've been saying it and saying it and saying it. They never stopped going to the moon. Man, we never stopped going to the moon. Don't believe that bull crap. Do you know how many rockets and stuff, and space shuttles and things of that nature that have taken off from Earth that we had no idea what was taking off? They don't tell us every time they launch and do something. That stuff is top secret. And I had been saying, they didn't never stop going up there. So now that they're trying to say, we're going to build a base, stop lying. It's already a base there. It's already a base there. So when I saw this movie come out, they always sort of try to throw you little things out here, man. And so 2 days later, I see, oh yeah, they're gonna make a moon base. They're gonna have a moon base now. Oh, they are, huh? I said, ain't this a trip? I don't think I got it though. Let me see. I'm trying to look and make sure. I don't even think I saved it. Ain't that messed up? I hate that. I don't look like I saved it, y'all. But either way, it was 2 days later that I saw it. I said, oh, so now they basically setting us up for them getting ready to make this moon base that's already made. And I was even tripping off of this. I guess I could share with y'all this, though. This ain't nothing major, but because you ain't going to really see much on it, but I still show it to you. What is this? Hold on. Okay. I just want to make sure I wasn't showing y'all nothing. Okay, hold on. I'm finna share this with y'all. And then we're gonna get back to I'm gonna get back to everything that y'all been saying because I've been gone a while talking about this. But overall, like you say, I get a movie at 7, a strong hard 7, and I would definitely take it up to 7. Me personally, I would go to 7.5. I think I would go to 7.5, but I want to temper your expectations and put it around a 7, which is to me like a C plus. It's like a C plus. You know, you go to 7.5, you can go to C plus plus. You know, in my opinion, you know, something like that. So this is all I want to show you guys. It's nothing fancy at all. Nothing fancy at all. This is only a supposed picture of the mission on a mission that they took to Mars, where they've taken some pictures of the surface. Like you said, some people in the comments were basically saying, "Man, this ain't nothing but Earth." I say this. I'm gonna go ahead and take them at their word and say that it's Mars, right? But the only thing that frustrates me about this picture is something I've told you guys about before as well. If we're taking this picture, I don't care if it's with a rover or not. That means we're being alien on that planet. We're being aliens on another planet. Because if an alien sent a rover to Earth or sent a probe to Earth, which we know they have, then we'll be saying it's alien activity. Well, when we send a probe to Mars, we're aliens. And that's why I laugh when humans say it's impossible for aliens to exist. Hey, man, we're engaging in alien activity our damn selves by sending rovers to Mars and things of that nature. You know, you can try to excuse a visitor to going to the moon, but because you can try to explain that away and say, well, that's our moon. We're just visiting the moon that's going around our planet. But when you start sending things to Mars, probes and things of that nature, I don't care if it's primitive life. If primitive life on Mars sees a probe coming into their atmosphere, they're going to think that's some type of UFO, what we would call a UFO. And so that's us being aliens to another species. And so I think that's funny how aliens can't exist. Hey, we're being aliens. But to get back to the movie, it was intriguing. Conceptually, it was strong. I'm going to be honest with you. I know that review was a bit choppy and a bit broken up a little bit, because normally this is how I do a review. I look at the movie and I make the notes that I need to make, and I go ahead and talk about all the points that I want to talk about. But in this particular movie, I didn't want to talk about every single point that happened. I wanted to remain vague. And truth be told, I just saw the movie a few days, and everything I told you was pretty much based off of memory. That's why I sort of had to double back a couple of times. So I know it might not have been perfect, but I thank you guys for bearing with me through that review. And at the end of the day, I think it's definitely something you can watch if you're a little bored. And even if you've never heard about the conspiracy theory of megastructures, you'll still find it interesting. But if you know anything about that conspiracy theory, if you ever read about it, when they show you the inside of the moon, you know, I don't want to oversell it, but I know for me, it did have my eyes like, man, this is crazy. So with all that said, let me see what's been going on, guys. I've been gone a long time. I've been gone a long, long time. Look at Bridget Green. I see a woman in here. All right. I'm sorry, Bridget. I'm just not coming in. That was 30, 40 minutes ago. Okay. James Krause. Good morning. Photon says, I like those mini clips. Slices of life. Yeah. Krause says, enjoy my day right here and now, bro. Yeah, James Krause. Enjoy it, baby. Johnny K said, hit that like and subscribe button for the Dog King. Thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah. Hey, hit the like button right now if you didn't. Mishka, my guy, Mishka. Hey guys, this is the guy that hey, he gave me a lot of the eyes for my dogs, Mishka Valentino. Hey, this the man right here, man. If you need some doll eyes for your TPE girls, hey, this the guy. Good to see you, Mishka, man. Glad to see you actually caught a live stream. Pie Brain says, what's the name of the movie? It's called Moonfall. Thank you for asking, Pie Brain. The movie that I reviewed is called Moonfall. Moonfall movie review. Jones Nursery says, hello, my friend. What up, Jones? Bridget Green. Hey, Bridget, I always say it's great to have a little vagina walking around the show. And so we really appreciate you here. Glad to have a female viewer. Normally it's a female viewer, Carol Rush, but I'm glad to have a female around. Mr. Powerbrain says, thanks, Johnny K. Photon says, disaster movies are often box office disasters. You know what? I didn't see that at the box office. And I'm just trying to think. If I saw it at the box office, I think I might have probably went a little lower. Because sometimes when I actually go to the movie, when you actually put the effort of leaving your home, sometimes it can make you judge a movie a little harsher. I don't see myself going under 6.5 if I went to the movies, though, because I do think it was bearable. And like I told you, it got to a point where it was interesting. And I tell you this, it wasn't a forced watch, because the only reason I stopped watching it, I watched it in 2 parts. The only reason I stopped watching it was because I had to start working. And so I had to stop watching. I need to get a little sleep before I started working. But I just know I noticed it. Dang, I had got to through 45 minutes or an hour of the movie before I knew it. So I said, okay, this is a good watch. Sappho laughing. MD says, much love. What up, hey, what up, MD? James Cross says, nice tie together there with your personal theory, Jay. We'll keep you around. What up, Krause? Mr. Powerbrain says, Roland Emmerich did 2012 and Day After Tomorrow. They were both a box office success. 2012 could have been done better to me. I'm trying to think. I don't know if I remember Day After Tomorrow. I think I saw it, though. I just can't hardly remember. But 2012 wasn't bad, but I just felt like it was something missing from that movie. Because once again, that actually played into a bit of a conspiracy where people were saying that the Mayan calendar had came to an end. I think that's what it was. I think that's what it was about. And they were saying how I think we entered the age of Aquarius in 2012, December something 2012. But the movie was okay. I just feel like it could have been better as well. Johnny K said Elon Musk is working on a brain chip. Oh yeah, he working on. I forgot the name of it. I forgot what the name of it is, but it's crazy. That brain chip he working on, Elon. He don't never finish nothing before he start working on something else. And Johnny K says, I definitely check out the movie. It sounds interesting. Oh man, I say this. The movie is not a blockbuster. It's not a run home and turn the TV on. But it's definitely a, hey, I ain't got much else to do right now. Let me check this movie out. You know, I will say it's one of those because it was interesting enough to keep my attention. Now, as far as the rest of the day, if you guys don't have a whole bunch of other questions, I don't have a whole bunch else I want to. I got a lot of stuff I could talk about, but I'm not going to bring a whole bunch else to the table. I'm probably going to save the meat of it for the Dog King Power Hour when I go over all your comments, talk about all the videos. I do know, you know what? I don't know exactly which video I'm going to do for tomorrow. I'm sort of going back and forth on what I want to do. It's either going to be something I want to talk about, or it's either going to be an instructional video on how to do something. I'm not quite sure which way I'm going to lean. And just to let you guys know, I've been feigning to get out and just do something with the girls. I don't care whether it's just going to get something to eat. But man, I do miss my adventure videos. I'm definitely ready to get back out and just go just for a day and go do something. So as soon as I get my transportation back, be on the lookout because we getting the hell out of this house and we're going to do something. Now, it's getting hot out there, so I'm going to have to pick and choose my moments. But man, it just feels crazy that I haven't been able to get out with the girls in a while. But what is cool is I have been back at these live streams. And I promise you, man, I got the scent competition coming up, and I still got to do more research on that. But I keep telling y'all, I don't want to beat a dead horse. But the one that I enjoy watching the most and laughing at is this damn Brittany Venti. It's one thing that I wanted to show you guys, but I said, you know what, I might just have to wait. But she makes me laugh. Yeah, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait for the Venti report because I'm still compiling a few things that I want to talk about her because she's a wealth of knowledge every week. Actually, probably for at least for another couple of months, I'm gonna have the Venti report where I just check on Venti and either look at something she did in the past or present. Because man, right now I've been looking at some of her past, just some of, and I don't look at none of her stuff all the way through. I'm not saying that, but I just sort of glance at some of her old work. And man, I just say this, I'm impressed. I did not know Venti was a vet like this. I did not know she basically grew up doing this. She's been doing this for a while. Oh yeah, Johnny K. I can't wait for this scent competition either. This scent competition, like I say, Chrissy Mayer, BX Bullet, Mandy Summers, and it's a girl that I don't think all of you guys know. Her name is Nadine. She's actually going to be in the competition as well. I actually need a little bit more information on her. I can brush up on my bullet notes, and I'm going to tell you, all these girls are going to be sort of vague as far as what I have to work with. I'm gonna be using a lot of my dog king sensibilities with these girls because I haven't seen anything on their diets or anything like that. I'm going on mannerisms and what I've heard them talk about, and it's going to be a lot of different information that I have to break down for this scent competition. But it should be very interesting because I told you before I get out of here, my mind, it keeps wanting to have the competition ahead of time. So sometimes my mind will pit certain girls against each other, and I have to stop my mind from doing it. But I know it's been a few cat fights. I just say that in my head. So with all this said, man, something else I saw, Lord, I think I'm gonna share all this on 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 the Power Hour because, like I said, this is mainly just my movie review stream. But I did see a good old Thana. That damn Thana, she makes me sick. She had me laughing though, because they did a little cosplay over the weekend at this thing called MegaCon. It was her, Brittany, and I'm gonna probably share the pictures on Wednesday. But her and Brittany and Chris and Mayer, they went to the MegaCon and they shared some pictures. And once again, I can't lie, out of all of them, Thana was cutting up on their ass. Once again, I said that damn Thana just trips me out. So with all that said, man, I think I'm gonna let you guys enjoy the rest of your day. I hope you enjoyed that movie review. Once again, if you haven't, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I really would appreciate it. Like I say, it's going to be straight back to the dog topic for tomorrow. I got a good show planned for that. Then we got the Dog King Power Hour. And who the hell knows what shows are going to come after that. Hopefully I had a companion dog mobile back so I can get out and ride. But the movie, if you're sitting at home, 7 or 7.5 out of 10. Great concept. Some fakery with the CGI. Nah, not the best acting, but something I think that you will like. It definitely ties in with the cataclysm for change. And it definitely has an AI Easter egg. Like I told you, the one thing that I'm sort of worried about with Terminators is they can go with AI robots is that they can go Terminator on us. So let me check out some comments before I go. Johnny says, me and my buddy Eddie are making predictions on who the winner will be. Yeah. Make your predictions, man. Because look, right now, I have no idea. Power Brain says, Brittany Venti may come over to your place and let you smell it in person. Nah, you know what? Like I say, this is the funny thing about Venti. I think she's attractive and all of that. But she's not my type. And I follow her because she's interesting. Not because she's not not the fact that she's just so fine to me or anything. She's cute now, but put it like this: if she was to kick my door down, I would test it to see if my hypothesis was true. But I wouldn't be hunting Venti down. She's just not my type like that. Power Brain says there were two comedians that did a thermometer test live to see whose vagina was hotter. Man, that sounds sort of funny right there, actually. But the heat of a vagina don't always mean it's good, because guess what? A warmer vagina does feel better, but it can be warm and funky. And I wouldn't want it to be warm and funky. So look, I'd rather go with the smell test. I deal with the temperature after we determine what it smells like. So with all that said, guys, if you hadn't hit like and subscribe, hit that. Hope you guys have a great, blessed day. Me and Callie are praying abundance over you. And as you can see, it's some red feet over there in the background. That's Tsunade. She sleep because Callie came and stole her spot back because I had gave her bath yesterday. So since she feeling all clean, she wanted to make an appearance. So we're going to retire for the rest of our day. We love you. We appreciate you. Thank you for the support. And we hope you enjoyed the movie review. And if you do get a chance to see the movie, we love for you to let us know how you liked it. But with all that said, it's been me, Jada King Hefner, and the beautiful Callie Sung. We are out of here. See you, fellas and ladies. Our Bridget was here. See you, Bridget. There you go.